Hello again, this is M. Solomon Enterprise. So from our last lesson, we have learned about the oscillating panel forward to reverse from the main circuit. So in this lesson, we will learn about oscillating panel forward to reverse in the control circuit. But in the control circuit, we have a new component, which is the limit switch. So I don't have the component with me right now, but this is how it is. So this is the component of limit switch. This is the component of limit switch. So this is how the limit switch operates. So from the limit switch, from the top points, which is 1 and 2, we have the normal closed contact. And then from the bottom points, which is 3 and 4, we have the normally closed, normally open contact. So from the top is normally closed, bottom is normally open. So, and then a still switch right here. So this acts as a lever in the switch. So when I push this lever to the right, normally closed become normally open, and normally open becomes normally closed. And also when I push it to the right, normally open becomes normally closed, and normally closed becomes normally open. So right now I'm turning my limit switch to the right and holding it, which means right now from here, which is 1 and 2 for normally closed, it's like this. And right now from the normally open 3 and 4, it will become closed. So this is what happens when I push my when I turn my lever to the right, or when I turn my lever to the left or to the right. So that's it about the limit switch. So the limit switch doesn't use a coil. As you can see, there's no A1 or A2 here. It's just its auxiliary contacts. So right now you know how the component of limit switch operates, and also how it affects its auxiliary contacts. So right now I'll draw the wire of oscillating panel forward or reverse in the control circuit, but I'll only draw its components and its auxiliary contacts. Right, from there we have it, the oscillating panel forward or reverse in the control circuit. So from our control circuit, we have the supply voltage, L2 and neutral, which means when it's L2, it means that from the line of L2 in the main circuit, there is no ammeter that is connected. That's why I've bridged it from live 2. And then the voltage between live 1 and live 2 and neutral is 230 volts alternating, which means it uses a single phase. So right from our live side, live 2, it will go straight to the in point and one in point of 1 M circuit breaker single pole, and neutral will go to neutral bar and wait for all the neutrals to be connected there. So we proceed from the out point of the 1M circuit breaker, which will go to the in point of close contact of overload relay, which is 95, and also it will bridge to the in point in the voltmeter, and the out point in the voltmeter will go straight to the neutral, which means it will read 230 volts alternating. So which means from here we have our live and our guitar. Right, I'll continue from 96, which is the out point of close contact and overload relay. We'll go to the in point of immediate stop, which is 1, and it's normally closed. and out point 2 will go to 1 in the stop button, normally closed. Out point 2 will go to the in of the start button. Start button is 3 and 4 because it's normally open. And right, from this wire, it will be bridged to the contact of timer 1, and also it will be bridged to the retainer of forward, normally open. So we only know when there's the start button, there must also be a retainer. But in the oscillating panel, the contact of the timer must also get the current when these two contacts get the current. Right. So from the output of the start button, which is 4, it will go to the in point of close contact in the limit switch 1. So we have limit switch 1 and limit switch 2, which means we use 2 limit switches. Right. And the out point of timer 1, normally open, will be bridged to the wire that goes to limit switch 1. And also the retainer will be bridged the same. Right, does it there? So from the contact of limit switch are normally closed. Out point, which is 2, will go to in point, the interlock of reverse, which is 61, and out point 62 will go to the in point of coil of the forward A1, and then A2, which is our neutral, it will be connected to neutral. Right. Again, we'll bridge our wire from here after the stop button and connect it to the in point of limit switch 1, normally open, which is number 3, and out point number 4 will go to in point of timer 2. So this is the symbol of delay on timer, remember. So let's say our timer, they say we have to set them with 5 seconds. So another one is here, I'll put 5 seconds. Right. So from the in point it will be A1, our live, and A2 is neutral. It will be bridged with the neutrals. So right, again we'll bridge the wire after the stop button all to the way to the start button, the second start button, which is 3 and 4. And this current, again, it will bridge to the open contact of timer 2 and also be bridged to the retainer of reverse. And again, out of the start button for reverse, which is number 4, to go to the in point of limit switch 2, normally closed. Right, again from normally open timer 2, it will be bridged here, and also the timer, the retainer of reverse, it will be bridged here. Right, from out of the limit switch 2, so if it's normally closed, remember normally closed is 1 and 2. So the out point of 2, it will go to the in point of normally closed interlock of forward, which is also 61 and 62. So out point 62, it will go to the in point A1 in the coil of reverse, which is live, and A2, which is neutral, will be connected to the neutrals. And again, we'll bridge our wire after the stop button and connect it to a in point in limit switch 2, normally open, which is 3 and 4, and the out point, which is number 4, for normally open in limit switch 2, will be connected to the in point of timer 1, which is delay on that we have set to 5 seconds, and A2, which is our neutral, will be connected to all the neutrals. Right now this is our connection. So right now we will do the operation of oscillating panel forward and reverse in the control circuit. Right, I switch on my 1M circuit breaker to be closed. So right now my current from the live will flow down, find open closed contact, which will flow and go to the voltmeter and give voltmeter life. And from the neutral side, it will also get neutral from the neutral supply, which means it will read 280 volts alternating. Right. Uh, Again, my current will come to the end point of normally closed from overload contact, which is 95, which will flow, and for emergency stop closed, it will flow, stop button closed, it will flow, and all the way to the start button of forward, which is normally open. So it will be trapped here and also be trapped here and also be trapped here because these wires are bridged all together. So again, my current will flow down here and be trapped here in the in point of limit switch one normally open because of we have a normal contact, and also it will come here and be trapped here, here, and here because we have open contacts, and also it will come here and be trapped here because we have open contact of limit switch 2. Right. So which means right now if my currents are trapped in the start buttons, it's waiting for me to spread the start button to create a close contact and see what will happen. So I'll start with my start button of forward, which means when I press my start button of forward, here it will be closed and here it will be closed. Right now my current will flow here and find a limit switch 1 normal closed and flow, interlock of reverse closed and flow all to the way to A1, which means right now coil of forward has life, and then from A2, which is neutral, it also has neutral, which means right now uh, coil of forward is on, and when coil of forward is on, it will affect its auxiliary contact, which is the retainer number 13 and 14. It will be closed and be closed, and then which is also the interlock of forward, it will be open. Right. So right now my coil of forward is energized, but if you can check, okay, let me just use the start button first. So I also have this start button here for reverse, but if I can press the start button and create a closed contact, current will flow and finds, let me switch to closed, current will flow and finds interlock of forward open, which means current will stop here. So we cannot energize the coil of forward and reverse at the same time. So which means right now we are all good, but we can also use the limit switch to start our coils without pressing the start buttons, and we can also stop uh, our coils with our limit switches after we have pressed the start button. So right now I've pressed my start button of forward. Forward coil is energized. So let's see if we can stop the coil of forward without pressing the stop button by using the limit switch. So from the limit switch, I'll check its contacts. So this is normal closed limit switch 1, normal open limit switch 1, normally closed limit switch 2, normal open limit switch 2. So right now this is on. So we'll check the contact of limit switch that is in the line of forward. So which is limit switch 1. So which means right now, if we have two limit switches, the first one is limit switch 1 and the second is limit switch 2. I'll turn the lever of limit switch to the left or to the right, which means right now its auxiliary contacts will change, and normally closed will become normally open, and normally open will become normally closed. Right now I'm holding my switch like this. So if this uh, contact of limit switch 1 normally open is open, which means right now it broke the current from the live, which means it will de-energize the coil of forward. It will de-energize the coil of forward, it will be off. The coil of forward is getting only the neutral, so it will be off. So if it's off, it will affect each auxiliary contacts to go back. So this one will be open. So remember, I let go of my start button, it must be open. And also the interlock of forward, it goes back to close contact. So right now I'm still holding my lever of limit switch, which it created a close contact here, which means right now my current is coming this way and finds a close contact, which means it will flow to timer 2, a delay on timer which we have set to 5 seconds, and it will also get the neutral. So right now timer 2 is energized, and after 5 seconds, when I'm still holding the limit switch lever, remember I shouldn't let go of the limit switch lever until it is done counting or did what you wanted the switch to do. So right now, when timer 2 is energized, after 5 seconds, it will affect its auxiliary contact. So auxiliary contact of timer 2 is this one here with a normally open uh, with a normally open uh, contact. So right here, which means right now it will be closed after 5 seconds. And when it's closed, it means right now current will come from here and will find a close contact and flow down here and all to the way to contact of limit switch 2 normally closed, which it will flow, and finds interlock of forward closed, which it will flow, and all the way to A1 of coil of reverse. So right now my coil of reverse has live, and then from the neutral, which is A2, it also has neutral, which means right now coil of reverse is on. So when the coil of reverse is on, it will affect its auxiliary contacts, which is this one. It will be open, and this one it will be closed. Right now, since when my contact of limit switch helped me to energize the help me to energize timer 2, which means I'm letting go of my limit switch. I'm letting go of my limit switch, which means right now its auxiliary contact will go back. I'm letting go of the limit switch 1 because remember I've switched on the limit switch 1 to energize T2. So when I let it go, it will go back to an open, which means right now T2 will be off. Here it will be open, and then here it will go back to closed. It's still limit switch 1. And when T2 is off, which means also the contact of limit timer 2, when contact of timer 2 will be open, but reverse will still be on because its retainer is closed right now. So that's how it is. So this is how an oscillating panel for the reverse works. uh, I can I can energize my two coils, which is forward and reverse, without pressing the start buttons, but using the limit switch to energize them. And I can also stop them without pressing the stop button, but using the limit switches. And I can also start my two coils, which is forward and reverse, with my start buttons, and also stop them with the stop button or emergency stop, or yes. So that's how it is about a oscillating panel. Either you can use the limit switches or your buttons to operate the circuit. Right, so right now you know about oscillating panel for the reverse control circuit, how to wire it and how to operate it. Right, so I know sometimes you might find that when we teach you about this thing, you might find that somewhere you don't understand better, so there'll be online classes that we will be doing from our site, and we will alert you guys to know that we are live, uh, to take inquiries about these circuits if you want to understand them better. But that one, because of it will be our extra time, you can inbox us. You can inbox us in WhatsApp, and the numbers is 068 068 050 6451. So contact us in WhatsApp. Uh, Yes, so that we can communicate about the online classes or the extra time if you need them, so that we can negotiate and tell you what you'll need from your side to be assisted. So thank you very much. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe so that you can be alerted when we upload more videos about different circuits. Thank you very much.